Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 384. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
I think that's the last clock in the house that needs to be changed.
Yeah, it is.
What up?
It's another day.
It's another day. I was going to shave my mustache today.
Were you actually thinking about it?
I was going to fucking do it, dude.
Why?
I don't really know. Sometimes I get these little quirks in my brain. Would I have regretted it?
Yes. Instant.
I'd have been like, holy fuck. Do you know how cold my lip would have been? You know how cold this thing would have been? I kind of want to see how big my upper lip is. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it tall? I don't know.
It hasn't been that long.
I'm going to be honest with you. Last time I saw it, I was like, yo, I don't even look the fucking same. You know what I thought about doing?
What?
I thought about buzzing my head and shaving my mustache.
No.
And just being like,
No.
do you love me?
Just way back to high school, you.
Are you playing those love games with me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought about doing it.
Oh, man.
Just to fuck with you. We're married and we have a kid. So you're not leaving in theory.
There you go.
So I thought about just showing up, dude, and being like, hi, I'm Shaun and I'm 17. And just seeing where it went.
On the plus side, you wear hats most of the time.
That's true. The hair thing, like, I thought about shaving my head and I was just like, that wouldn't be a big deal because I wear a hat 90% of the time.
But the mustache would throw me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it'd be kind of fun just to do, like, show up to the office one day.
Without it?
Buzzed hair, no mustache. And be like, what's up, Brooke? And she'd be like, the fuck?
Everyone would think that.
That's true. Honestly, I might do it for Halloween. I'll be Vin Diesel.
Oh, there you go. I was going to say.
Shave my fucking head.
Yeah.
Bald.
Yeah. Do it.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my God.
Dude, wait, are we going to make Lily like a car then?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be really cool.
Her stroller can be a car.
Her stroller could be a car.
And then we'll make her Letty. Oh, because she'll probably have long black hair.
Ah, that's a good possibility.
So we'll have Dom and Letty, and then I can be...
You would be Letty.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be our kid.
Yeah.
That would make way more sense.
Or her sister. His sister.
Mia.
Mia, yeah. Yeah. So she would be Mia. I'd be Letty. You'd be Dom.
That'd be cool.
Done deal.
The stroller would be a black Charger.
Well, what does Mia drive?
Well, no one knows that. It's a...
If no one knows it, why do you know it?
Hold on. I think it's a Nissan Maxima. No. Honda Integra?
But it's like pink, isn't it?
No. Mia's, it's a blue. It's a 4-door. Oh, man. Maybe an Acura? I don't know. I thought it was a Nissan Maxima.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, we could just make whatever car Mia has.
Yeah, but people really won't understand.
You don't think they're going to understand when you're walking around bald-headed and in a white tank top?
Well, that would probably be true.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to start with...
Acura Integra. Okay, I was pretty, on it when I was on it.
Let me see
Why
what
did I think it was a 4... It is a 4-door.
Let me see this.
Integras are usually 2-door.
Okay.
I did like those cars. That's a sick car, dude. Oh,
or we could do Paul Walker's, the orange one. Then people would know.
Toyota Supra, they would know.
Yeah.
They would know.
I'll start working on it.
Gang.
But
dude.
I got to start working out because Letty never has, full shirts on. Her tummy's always showing.
Got a crop top.
Yeah.
Always, dude. You got to get fit.
Okay.
Do it
It's a
for
good
the
goal.
gram, baby.
Yeah, obvi. And then, I'll just have to make sure I go outside quite a bit this summer so I have a nice tan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get real tan.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to stop dyeing my hair, grow my hair.
Yeah. Good call, dude.
Done deal. Done.
Fuck yeah. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. See, now Halloween's going to be fun because now we have a kid.
And I'm going to look like Vin Diesel. I might do it every year.
Should we ask Brooke if we can join her and her gang?
Maybe. Gang. Or we get our own gang.
Sure, we could. I suppose we have your brother. They have kids. We have nieces.
Dude, like Nick and Casey.
Oh, we have Nick and Casey, yeah.
Ryan and Eva.
Yeah.
Get a little crew.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. This really all happened because I just want to shave my mustache.
So now you just have to be patient and wait until October.
Done.
Okay, good.
All right. So that was cool. Let me see. We had Jeff Chahosky come and speak last night at WiscoREIA.
He was good. I loved it.
He was good. He was really good.
One of the more relatable speakers we've had.
Relatable, very much so. He had really good knowledge. He made the normal he didn't have a presentation. He just chatted. He made it relatable to the room. I wish he would have went a little deeper on some stuff.
Yeah.
Which he did in private. So then afterwards when we chatted with him and stuff, he was going into stuff where I'm like, this is what I wanted. But I get what he does relating it to the masses.
I do like that, though, because then it forces people to have to go talk to him.
That's true, but how many people didn't?
Right. But, I mean, like, if someone... So, like, next meeting or whatever, or, like, at Wisco Coffee mentions, like, he didn't really go in depth with this. And then you're like, well, actually, if you would have talked to him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then they'll learn, like, shit, I should actually talk to the speakers afterwards.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Cool dude. Knows a ton. Creative.
Can think through, like, numbers and shit in just the neatest way.
But you have to think about it. His life has been numbers for 20 years. And he's been hard money lending and doing creative financing for 16 plus years. So, like, he's smart.
Yeah.
No doubt he's really smart. But even like he said, like, I am not the smartest dude in the room. If my main focus was money and creative finance, getting deals and creatively financing, I could be there in 16 years.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like, I'm fairly decent with numbers. So if I just I could get there.
Yeah.
Thing is, that's not my focus. But thinking about it could be kind of fun to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show, right? Like, that's been his focus for a long time. So he's learned a lot. He's made mistakes. He's done all of it. So he can probably, I shouldn't say probably, he can come up with some creative ways on the fly very quickly.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And I love people, like, this is why we do the podcast too. I love people that are just, like, out there doing stuff to help others. So,
yes.
like, he even said, like, if he gets a whiff of, like, from anyone that a deal could have been seller financed instead of financed through him, like, he'll tell the people, like, don't use me, go back and get seller financing.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll give you a couple examples. So I talked to, a couple years ago, I talked to him and Derek about hard money. And I also talked to Jairus Brisky and Tony Broiler, yeah, about hard money lending as well. You know, both those groups of guys are good guys because I told both of them our bank and how we finance through our bank, and they're like, and then I tell them like the kind of funds and stuff I have and whatever, and they're like, why are you talking to us? And I'm like, just to like learn and like make connections. And they're like, that's cool, but we can't even recommend you working with us. And I'm like, well, I really like, that's what I really liked about, you know, both them guys is like, both groups of those hard money, they're legit. They're not trying to make a sale. They're just like, it doesn't even make sense for you to use us, so don't use us. Like, they're like, if you want to, we'll take your money, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I just love people like that. And I think so many people like that. Some people are just like naturally born that way and raised that way. But I do think other people went through a hard time, which made him that way. Because, like, Derek has not had an easy path.
Right, for sure.
So I think now that's probably part of the reason why he's, like, so, like...
The way he is.
The way he is.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll say this.
But sometimes going through hard things just make you an asshole. So, yeah.
That happens too. That happens too. There's definitely, or can make you go in a shell and not do anything about it.
Yep.
I had something and I lost it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. What was I going to say? What were we talking about? We were talking about hard money lending.
Going through hard times.
Hard times. Nothing, man.
Damn.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's in the ether. Shit, dude. Whatever. It's bothering me.
Is it?
I don't even know where to go from here.
Anything else on WiscoREIA?
Oh, dude. All right, so I got it. I chatted with a guy there. People should really utilize their network. And people really need to learn patience, long-term gratification. I have offered multiple times to people. And the funny thing is, dude, is like when Ryan and I got started in this, no one offered anything like this in the room. No one was ever like, how can we help? Whatever. Dude, I literally give people my card. I say, hey, if you're serious about this shit and you want to learn, or like you want to get deals, whatever you want to, I'm like, if you're serious, here's my card. Look into these things. Give them a few things to look into. I say, if you call me with questions, you better have solutions. Okay? When you start marketing and you start taking action, call me. Any lead you have, I'll walk you through it. The deal is this. You bring me those leads, I go there, I teach you them, I get the lead, like I get the property, I will give you cash, $5, $10, whatever, $1,000 for the lead. But I get the property, right? But I will teach you what I know. I will go through everything with you. I will show you why it's worth it. We'll do a few of those together. That will show me you're serious. You will put many thousands in your pocket, or, like 30, depending on how good the deal is, put 30, anywhere from 15 to 50,000, maybe more in your pocket, right? Then I'll know you're serious. Then we can start partnering on deals. Then you'll be able to go through the whole process with me partnering on deals. And then after a few of those, you won't need me anymore. And I'll have taught you everything you need to know to go and do your thing, but you got to take initiative and you have to take a long-term outlook on things. It's going to be a couple-year process maybe. But how fucking fast does that speed you up?
Oh, so much faster. I mean, look, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years and we're still learning things constantly. And dude, I offer this to people. I've offered it to people multiple times and they don't do nothing with it. And I'm just like, dudes, like, look past the transaction. Look past the first deal. I'll teach you what it took me 5 years to learn. I'll teach it to you in a year or two while paying you, while putting money in your pocket. And they're not doing it. Right, just for finding a lead.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why aren't people doing this? I am different because if someone would have offered me that 5 years ago, I'd have been like, done. Done. Let's go. Crazy.
Yeah, people just don't have the push, the motivation that they used to. And also,
I don't know. I mean, it's also
the
personality.
Yeah. I think also like the selfishness of it, like
greed.
Yeah.
Really is what it is. People can't stand not making money or something.
Or like, I did all the work. Why should you get most of the money?
Oh, dude, the craziest thing is this, right? Derek. So Derek does that. What I just explained, Derek does that kind of shit with people. You have to bring him a deal, and he'll do the deal with you. Or if he has a deal and you bring the money, he'll do it, whatever, and like go through stuff with you too, right? But I mean, there has to be a reason for him to do it. He's just not going to go out of his way and do it. You can get what you want from him from WiscoREIA, and that's that, right? Makes sense. I get it. Why give people endless amounts of knowledge if you don't get anything in return? And I've had to start doing that with people. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone if you're not doing something. If you're just coming to me for questions throughout the week, stop it. I have a life. Go fuck yourself. If you want to do stuff together, bring me value.
Right.
Don't bug me and take all my value without bringing me any value. I'm not fucking doing it, dude. And really, I'm not doing it because I knew when I got into this, if I needed shit from someone, I always brought value. I was like, I'm not going to just go, like, I'm going to do whatever I can to bring them value. Anyways, and maybe it wasn't like, hey, whatever. I can't necessarily do something for you right now, but like, I'm going to get you back.
Right.
Whatever it is, right? Okay. I don't know. I think that's all I got. Oh, no. Okay. So right on that point of like the greed and the selfishness or whatever, Derek did a deal and he gives the example at WiscoREIA, and it's a beautiful deal. He gave this dude wanted to sell 3 properties. He was like behind on it, whatever. But he had like full asking price on 3 properties. Derek, being Derek, was like, I'll give you full asking on all 3 properties. This is how we're going to structure it. You're going to make more money per month now from me paying you than you get from having them as rentals. You no longer have to manage them because I'm buying them, and you're going to get more per month, and it's going to be like 5 years, then a balloon payment, right? And the guy's like, I'm getting full asking price. I'm making more money, and I don't have to manage. He's like, this is the best deal ever. I'm in. So Derek, being Derek, took one of the properties. He knew someone in that market, sold it, $20,000 fee, or $20,000 more, sold it to him. Bap. So he got $20,000 monthly payments, and he's paying them. So Derek now has got like $20,000, plus he's making an extra $100 on top from the payments. And then paying that. So he got $20,000 plus $100. And this isn't like exact, but it's kind of just, you're getting the gist, right? Getting an idea. And he knew someone else in another market who wanted this other property. Same thing. BAP sold it to them, but they didn't have as much money down. So maybe he did like $10,000 down, option to purchase. So technically it's like a rental, whatever, more monthly payments. So he's making a few hundred extra on this. Boom, passing it on, right? The last one's he's like, I like this property, so I'm going to keep it. But he partnered with someone to take any money on the table off the table, right? Whatever. So he put some money in his pocket to like partner with someone, and then they're getting the cash flow from that, right? So like by him gave this dude full asking price, more money per month, and he doesn't have the headache. Then sells 2, keeps 1. He recouped money up front, all of his money plus some on down payments, and then he is getting monthly installments himself as well, on top of what he has to pay out. The dude, so fucking definition of win-win. Win-win-win. Because the seller won, the buyer or intermediary won, and then who he sold it to, they won too, because they got properties at the guy who bought, or who's the main seller, butthurt, doesn't like going to the meetings anymore because Derek uses that example and he feels stupid for doing that deal.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And Derek's like, what do you mean? Like, and the guy's like, feels like he was taken advantage of. And he's like, you got a killer deal that no one else would offer. You got full asking on 3 properties.
Yeah.
And then I passed it on. And the example that Derek's giving is like, everybody wins if you work together.
Yeah.
If you can get creative, everybody wins. And this dude wasn't seeing it like that because he's like, well, there was still money on the table. Well, then maybe you should have had those connections. Maybe you should have been creative enough to put all that together, but you weren't. But Derek was. Now, be grateful. Be like, oh my God, Derek, this is amazing. I'm going to find 3 more. Let's do it again. I'm going to get 3 more. Let's do it again. Then eventually, you just cut Derek out because now you have the connections and now you understand.
Right.
That's the way to fucking look at it.
And by not going to WiscoREIA anymore, now you're losing all the connections.
Brr. Dumb as fuck. I guess he still goes. He just doesn't go as often. He's not as like in it as he used to be and stuff. And if Derek ever brings it up, it's like he gets weird and stuff.
Weird.
Yeah, it's interesting, dude. It's interesting. And maybe that's changed. Maybe everything's back to normal or whatever. But the way, dude, anytime I hear shit like that, I'm like, what a negative mindset. Have the winner's minds, dude. Like,
so many people now like hate when other people win,
I don't even get it.
and especially
Be
if it's
happy.
like off their dime too. Like,
It's so crazy, dude. It's in my mind. I'm like, oh, I made money. Oh, you made money. Awesome.
Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
if we like, let's say we hired some 20-some-year-old kid, right, that wanted to learn construction or whatever. So we hired him on, and we teach him construction, teach him whatever, and then he's just like, you know what, I want to like go on my own. I want to do my own thing. I'd be like, yeah, dude, go for it. Like, if like we think they could truly do it, like, I would be so happy for them. I'd be like, yeah, man, like, let us know if you need anything. Like, we're happy
Right.
for you. Like, be happy for other people.
100%, dude. 100%. Yep.
As long as they do it in the right way. If they're like gonna steal all your tools and
Well,
all that shit, but
the other thing I don't love is all the people who are like, I've been doing something for 2 years. I've been doing something for a year. I'm going to go out and do it on my own. And I'm like,
that's not enough time to learn.
or maybe get 10 years, 8 years, 5 years. But what? And granted, yes, I started my business. My first original business, I started with 3 months experience.
Yeah, there was also
That's an anomaly. To be honest with you, that's an anomaly. Go start a construction company with 3 months experience.
yeah,
See what your reputation is. Go start a construction company with 3 months experience.
yeah, you need a lot more skills than you did for group homes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are certain businesses, I agree, you do not need much experience. It's better to have experience because, I mean, we got lucky, dude. We got lucky through connections. We got lucky people were willing to take risks on us.
Wasn't there also like a thing like from the state of Wisconsin that was like how to open a AFH?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was things like that and stuff, and but there's certain businesses, dude, that you should take a few minutes and learn it. And I'm gonna put it this way: there's a couple gentlemen I know worth 8 to 9 figures, mid 8 to 9 figures. They started out in business in the corporate world. They went to school. They started out in the corporate world. They rocked the corporate world for a number of years. They learned how a corporation operates. They learned sales. They learned marketing. They learned business operations, right? They learned how a corporation is supposed to operate.
Yeah.
Then they took that shit while starting to do a side hustle, and they went on their own with that knowledge they gained over 5-10 years, implemented it, took their path. Now they're worth mid 8 to 9 figures. Okay? Taking their time, really learning and understanding. Then move it over, implementation. I'm telling you right now, I know more guys who did that route. They did the safe. I know more guys who did the I'm going to take my time. I'm going to build my foundation. Then I'm going to go ham. Then the people that just go into entrepreneurship, the level of wealth difference is not fucking comparable.
Yeah.
And I bring it up so many times. Take the extra year. Take your fucking time. Build your foundation. Crawl some more, crawl some fucking more, then get up and sprint. And people do not want to listen to me. I am still crawling. I know I'm still crawling, and I'm fine with that because I'm 29 fucking years old. I'm still dude, I've been in business for this is my 8th year in business. Dude, I do not need to sprint.
Yeah, no.
I've got fucking 50 years to sprint. So, going nice and slow into it. Build the foundation.
What is it that Andy says? You can luck your way into a multi-million-dollar company, but it takes like talent and skill to keep it going.
Yeah, so you can luck your way into an 8-figure company, but if you do not gain the skills, you will lose that 8-figure company. And we fucking know people. We know multiple people.
Yeah, we do.
Just if one day they wake up, they got $8 million, they got an 8-figure company, worth $10-20 million, and now fucking nothing, dude, because they did not build the foundation. They lucked their way into it, and I'm not trying to do that. And dude,
and it crashes fast,
dude, and that's like, dude, I fucking talked to it's like when I looked at the development earlier this year.
Oh, that reminds me of something, but go ahead.
Go ahead with yours and then I'll hit mine. I don't want you to forget.
Oh, no, you can just write down Austin, Texas.
Okay. So I didn't want this year, Austin, Texas. So this year I want to build. And I reached out to a gentleman, nice guy, Matt, and he wants to develop 60 to 70 units. And I just wanted one lot to put a 4 to 6 unit up.
Yep.
And he's like, "Why are you interested in a full development?" And I was like, "I guess I am. Let's just talk about it, right?" And talk about it, learn. I'm understanding. I'm just a little bit. I'm like, give me some rough numbers. And then I'm able to do quick calculations and go, okay, by how much his estimates are, I'm going to have to rent for X to be profitable. And I'm like, in a hot market that we've had the last couple of years, yes, you're getting it. But things are cooling off. It's a fact, dude. Our shit's not renting as fast. We know a lot of people who their stuff isn't renting as fast as it was a couple of years ago. And we know some people who've even had to lower their rents. Okay. Now, the way I looked at it, I'm like, if I have to lower rents by $300 to $500, and honestly, I'd have to lower it $500 to make it competitive for other things of similar similar, not of year built, but similar layout. So like to match stuff built in like right before the crash, so like early 2000s, we'd have to bring down $500 per unit a month in rent. So I'm looking at that and I'm going, okay, that can sink my ship. We're talking if things went south, I could potentially have to lower $30,000 to $35,000 a month of income. Okay? That can capsize my ship fast. So I'm like, okay, development's not in my books yet. Okay? However, I was talking to Rob with Compass. He's been doing this 21 years. He's starting to pay off some of his buildings. So, he's got 800 units. So, he had like 600 units, and a couple hundred are looking to be paid off very soon. Or some of them even are. Okay? Well, he goes, now there's minimal depreciation now, if any. There's no more interest payments. So now he's got a boatload of income coming in with no write-offs. So his tax bill is going to be stupid. It's going to be super high. Well, so then he goes and looks. okay, if I build 80 units, so I think he's building like 150 units or something like that, maybe 200 units. So if I build these units, the cash flow doesn't exist. However, my interest payment's going to be high. My depreciation is going to be really high. And he gets tax credits for building.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, okay, because my income's high now and I don't have good tax benefits, me building a couple hundred, 100 units, 80, couple hundred, whatever units actually will offset my tax bill and my income more than enough, and it actually is more beneficial for me to build right now than it is to buy another building. And so he's like, I reached a point where it makes sense for me to develop.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, 10 years ago, you asked me if I develop, I'd laugh in your face. Now, after looking at everything, it actually makes more sense for me to develop.
That's cool.
So in my world, developing 60, 70 units could kill me, could take me out. His world, if he doesn't, he's leaving so much on the table that he's like, it actually helps my ship if I build 80 units. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's like, it's all part of like the progression and the time in and stuff. Time in actual like rentals for me is 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what life looks like in 17 years?
Right.
Maybe I'm developing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But right now, that's not the ticket. And same thing. Rob's World. He's another guy that I look up to and I listen to and stuff. And he says, 7 years. 7 years of building on his he's in his 7th year building on his let me think here. He's in his 6th year. He's in his 6th year building on his property management company. Mm-hmm. He said by year 7 is when he thinks he'll have his like foundation built to where he's happy. And that's like his minimal viable product is 7 years in. Like his minimal, like what's the word? Like his minimal expectations of a property management company is going to be at year 7.
That's wild.
I'm like, how many people do you know who are just like, yeah, 7 years to just build the standard, to build the minimal standard?
No, I mean, we even predicted like 3 years for Tudor transformations.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm like, oh no, I'm way wrong.
Yeah.
It's 10 years.
More, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just so, because it's so, that mentality is so different. Mm-hmm. But I believe that's the difference between like someone who's like a mega operator, someone who has just a killer brand, to a slumlord, to someone who's just making it day to day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I look at things. That's how I do things. That's how I like to do things. And I know it's not the only way. It's definitely not the only way. And it's probably not even, it's not necessarily the right way for people either. Mm-hmm. But it's the way that I feel most comfortable with. It's the way that when I look up to like my mentors or my idols, that's how they operate.
Yeah.
And so that's that. That's how I look at it. 'Cause I like the idea of slow and steady wins the race. Compared to being the bunny rabbit.
Mm-hmm. So Caleb Hammer on Financial Audit, is that what his show's called?
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a clip yesterday of he was talking about, I don't remember what brought it up, but he was saying how in Austin, Texas, they just keep approving all these developments, all these apartment buildings, everything. The city just keeps approving everything. So now it's become so saturated of a market, rents have been going down.
Yes.
And I was just like, because I've mentioned to you before, I was like, at some point, like, Eau Claire needs to stop.
Right.
But like we are another city that just keeps approving everything and anything.
Yep.
Like Eau Claire and Altoona, they just keep on going.
Yep.
And so, like we said, I mean, like, we have not had an easy time filling. We only have one listed right now. We'll actually have another one listed very soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We have a post on Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we didn't have to start doing that until now.
Yeah.
Everything else you just list on Zillow and it just fills.
Who were we talking to that said, like, how do we fill this? And they, like, forgot, like, they didn't put a sign outside because they haven't had to.
Who was that?
Was it Mike? Hallion?
Mike Hallion. No.
Or was it the Menominee guy?
Who is the Menominee guy?
Wasn't there a Menominee property management guy or landlord? I don't know.
Yeah, I know it was a property management guy though. Yeah, you're right. Who is like, I forgot about the basics.
Yeah.
Because things have been so easy the last 4 years. I forgot about the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, one of his managers, one of his managers was like, hey, do you think we should put a sign out and for rent sign? And he's just like, oh my God, of course, yes, put a for rent sign out in front of it. Yeah,
But yeah, I really haven't had to do that in so long.
right, it's just blah blah blah. So yeah, that's so true. That, I mean, it goes to show, dude, it's the same thing. Well, like, dude, right now picking up flips is easy. Not easy, but
Easier.
It's like easier, dude. Like, we're just picking them up. Year and a half ago, we switched our business model a year and a half ago. And now it's like we're getting so many flips. I'm like, dude, like, fuck, why are we doing customer work? It's really getting in the way of all these flips now.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to tell you what.
Can charge good money.
What's that?
We can charge good money, though, for customer work
Well,
right now.
that's true. But what I'm telling you what is, it'll cool down again.
Oh, yeah.
It always does. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just went through a little, like, where there wasn't many flips going on. And now it's like a fucking fountain.
Right. I think because people have been hurting for 4 years, that, like, people are just, like, struggling so much with money that they're just like, we just need to get rid of something.
Right.
And a house is the most expensive thing in most people's lives.
Right.
And you could get a big chunk of change right away.
Yeah. Yep.
But I do think with, like, some of the tax cuts Trump is making and shit like that, I think flips will be harder again, probably in a year or two. And then we'll probably have to switch back to customer work.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But also, I mean, the other thing is there'll be a lot of retirees. So we might be able to get their houses easier.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if ICE comes along, then we might be able to get some of those houses. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, there's just been a lot of flips.
Yeah. I do think it's because a lot of people are hurting for money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is actually it. Yeah, I mean, a couple of them, like 2 of them were foreclosure situations. Wow. Everyone we got lately was because people wanted money. One guy was moving. And he had some debt. So he's like, if you pay off my debt, and so I can move scotch-free, I'm in. And I was like, okay, cool.
And we even had another lead because the guy was hurting for money.
Oh, my God, dude. And then we just put in 2 offers on them because they need money. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, 4 years of a shitty economy of
dude,
prices
that's
rising.
That's 7, 8. That's like 8 properties. One of them was because the guy was sick of being a landlord. The other 6 or 7 the other 6 were money. One was, I could use the money, but it's really for relocation. Wow.
Yeah.
6 out of 8. So 3/4 of them.
People are hurting.
75% is just strictly money. Wow.
That's why that's why I could see in a year or two it cool off again. Probably
I
2
see what
years.
you're saying because the economy gets better,
Mm-hmm.
then people aren't hurting for money so much. Dude, you're right. You're
Mm-hmm.
right.
Because and that's why flips weren't
Wow.
right. That's why flips were so hard to come by, because people weren't hurting for money. The ones we were getting were like, because the one, it was a was soda, that was a estate, whatever,
Probate.
So the guy passed away. Guy.
The other one, yeah. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, it wasn't. A lot of those weren't money issues. They were estates. They were nursing homes. They were, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really good thing to think about because I do get. I shouldn't say I get sick of customer work, and I talk to many contractors about this. I get sick of some customers.
Yeah.
We got a couple of sweetheart customers right now that are awesome, and I legitimately enjoy working with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. I'm happy to help you. But then we got a couple customers where I'm like, you are making me question my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like you make me question what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I've talked to many of my friends in the industry, and they say that's how it goes. Like you'll have 80% or not, you may have like 70% awesome, 30% not that awesome, or like 70% not like good or not bad, 20% like not awesome, and then 10% like I want to fucking kill you.
We need to get you to have a better gut feeling of people. So then if you like have a gut feeling right away, like this customer's going to suck, then you just like up their prices.
I did do that. I've done that a little bit. Yep. I've done
Just
that a
because
little bit.
then like if they do approve it, then the headache is worth it. But also then hopefully
it's
they
barely
just don't
worth
approve
it, dude. I mean, yeah, one of them I was just like, yeah, fuck it, dude. I'm just adding and get the job, and I'm like, fuck. Like I just didn't even like fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the headache's worth it. I don't know if it is. We'll see. I don't know. It's crazy.
Wait, is that a job we haven't done yet?
It's a job. I'll just put it like that. It's a
Okay.
job.
Okay.
But we'll just see. I don't know. It's all part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes it is kind of nice though if they are like a little more like harder customers, because like some of those are like more type A type people, so like they'll have everything already picked out and you're like, dude, dope.
That part is nice.
But they could also be like perfectionists and be like, this little patch doesn't have as much texture as the rest.
Yeah, there's little things like that for sure. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. It's more the people that nitpick, like it's the people that change shit and then nitpick.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, I want this different. And I'm like, okay, well, that comes with a lot more cost. And they're just like, yeah, that's fine. And then you are like, okay, well, it's going to be this. And then they throw a fit. And then they're like, well, I actually wanted this, or I actually wanted this. And it's just like, just pick the fucking thing you want.
Yeah.
Stop change ordering. You are now getting charged for all of this because you've wasted and then they're throwing a fit because they made you run around in circles. And it's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's the shit that bothers me. The other thing that bothers me is materials not fucking being right.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
We've had so many fucking issues with that lately.
Dude, just materials coming in wrong, not coming in on time. Just a fucking shit show, dude.
It just sucks because it's like we're on a project right now that like, it's for someone in our book club, or my book club. So like she's hosting this Friday, and so she was just like, yeah, I really want it done like for book club, and we're like, that shouldn't be an issue. We got 8 weeks.
I do seriously, like it's gonna be done in like 2-3 weeks. It's so far from an issue.
And then we've had cabinets missing stuff.
Windows wrong, came in wrong size.
Someone fucked the
door
up.
It's just like bap, 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 bap. It's like how? How?
And like the windows were custom sizes, and we like
4 weeks out custom sizes, they sent us the wrong sizes.
Yep.
And so we had them installed. We didn't know they were the wrong size. We got them there. Window guy installs it. And then we're like, this ain't right. So now, but it's just like, it's just had the shit gone right as it was supposed to.
It would have been done weeks ago.
Been done weeks, and now it's dragging on, and it dragging on now fucks up the flow of our flips, our other customer projects, shit like that. Then the customer is like, this was supposed to be done 5 weeks ago. And we're like, yep. And it still won't be done for a couple weeks because of this. So it's that stuff really. And the thing that sucks about it and why it like bothers me, none of that shit would have been ordered for a flip. None of it.
Yeah.
None of that would have been for a flip. So none of that kind of stuff would happen. So we wouldn't have been holed up by that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of bothers me is like, I know flip wise, we wouldn't run into these issues.
Yeah.
But here we are doing it for a customer and it's not looking good.
We've had cabinet issues though with flips. Because I forgot the back panel.
That's true. You're right. But that's so minuscule.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't hold up the sale of a property or like wrapping up a property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've had minor issues and I can live with minor issues. Major issues is wrong size windows.
Yeah.
So we can't finish trim. We can't finish backsplash. We can't wrap that whole section up. That's a problem. We can't finish the siding outside. That's a problem.
And the other shitty thing about this job is like they want us to do like an addition as well.
And this ain't looking good on us, dude.
Yeah, this is not looking good on us.
This ain't looking good on us. So I don't know, dude. It is what it is, right? I mean, plain and simple.
Like it's nothing we could have done.
Yeah, it just sucks. I want to say yes, we could have prevented it, but we can't. Like, I don't know how we could have.
The only thing is, at some point we stop using that company.
Different reps or something, yeah. It's crossed my mind. It has crossed my mind.
Which this would be the third rep we've worked with from there. Yeah. And they all keep fucking up.
I will say one of them is an absolute stud. Tim's a stud. He's a fucking stud.
And our other stud retired. Damn it, Warren.
Yeah, dude. But dude. Tim fucking runs laps around Warren.
Does he?
Tim's a freaking stud, and it's not Tim's fault that he didn't have anything to do with that project at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one thing I'm like it would be hard for me to stop using him.
Yeah.
He is a stud. I really like him. I've thought about getting some of my other stuff from other places, but I would be hard pressed to not keep using him.
Is he Kitchens?
Kitchens. And he's a freaking stud. Yeah. So anyways,
that's fun.
That's kind of that. I don't know.
We just talked about business for 15 minutes.
That's all it was, which was fun. Business is fun. I like these things. It's my life.
It is. It's our lives.
It's our lives. So that's all I got.
I mean, honestly, Lily will probably be a paid employee pretty quick. When can you start paying your... Don't they say you can like pay your kids really young and put it in like a 401k or something for them?
Something like that, yeah.
Unless the tax accountant, Madre.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I like the idea of having kiddos come help out. Seems cool. Seems worth it.
I think she's going to be a big tomboy. I just have a feeling.
There's a likelihood of it, I guess, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah.
She'll be doing construction, doing some weightlifting, doing jiu-jitsu. She'll do it all.
Hopefully. Hopefully, if that stuff interests her. I will try to mold her to for those things to interest her.
I'll just, send her your way, and then I'll just go plant shopping on my own.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, I like the idea of trying to mold that way.
I do want her to be in jiu-jitsu because I think it would be nice to like make sure she...
Self-protection.
Yeah.
I also like the idea. I don't know how to do this. Don't know how to, because you like business and working, and you're part of the business that is a good part of the business. I like the idea of homeschooling a lot.
Well, we got 5 years
To figure it out.
to figure it out and to make enough money where we could just hire someone.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you think with me, grand scheme of things, been in business 8 years, right? 22. This is my 8th year. 5 years is a long time in this grand scheme of business. If I'm starting my 8th year,
And this is your second business.
Second business.
Think of where we were 5 years into stable living, or where you were.
Yeah. Not a bad spot.
So you'll be 8 years into this business. Well, technically only 6 into tutor transformations.
Right.
By the
But
time.
yeah, 6 into 2, but like this style of business, 8 years. Should be able to be making things happen. That's a very good point.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a very good point. Huh. Very good point. Okay. I like it. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I got for tonight.
Cool. I love it.
We'll talk about the State of Union address on Sunday.
Okay, that works. For Monday?
For Monday.
Cool. I love it. That gives you time to listen to it more.
Love it. All right, gang. Catch you on the next one.
See ya.